Good evening all, wild weather here for liveweatherblogs.com, and we have our first named storm of the season. It developed around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today, and here she is. This is Andrea, Tropical Storm Andrea. You can see the center is right about here on the far east-western side of this big bowl of convection. 8 p.m. advisory, 25.5 north, 86.5 west, maximum sustained winds 40 miles per hour, gust of 50, moving north at 3, so slowed down just had since 5 p.m. 1,002 millibars has come down 4 millibars, 29.58 inches, and generally moving off in this direction, and will kind of slide off this way. You can see these clouds up here fanning out. The circulation kind of elongated circulation, maybe one here and a little one here. Kind of a very weak system. Probably won't really get a sack together, probably just gets shoved off in this direction as it moves and scrapes along the west coast of Florida. Get ready for a lot of rain if you're visiting places like Cape Coral, Fort Myers, up here through Bradenton Beach, Tampa Bay, over to Orlando. If you're in the Disney World area coming up in the next day or two, get ready for a lot of rain. Could be those 4 to 8 inch rain variety as Andrea moves off to the northeast, northeast, and then up the east coast. And let's put this in. Well, we did have the motion, but let's see where the computer models want to take it. This is the computer models here. This, by the way, this is from weatherunderground.com. Computer models want to take it up the east coast. The GFDL being the furthest west, and most models are taking and scraping along the southeastern coast, whether it just be just inland or right on the coast. We'll have to see how this plays out. Now, up into the mid-Atlantic area, as we get up in this area, the forecast gets a little tricky here because you have a cold front that will be coming in from the west. At the same time, Andrea, the remnants of Andrea at that point, will kind of be getting shoved ever so slightly off to the east. There's a possibility that somewhere right here in eastern Pennsylvania, somewhere probably between Philadelphia and Harrisburg, could have a bit of subsidence with a little bit of sinking air between what's left of Andrea and a cold front. If that happens, then some areas might get ripped off with the rain. However, there's going to be quite a fine line with that. The heaviest rain not too far away from the center. It's a lopsided system, so much of the activity will stay off to the east. And we'll show you that in a moment on the computer models. Let's go to Intellicast.com, and down here is where Andrea is. And as you can see, looks like maybe 1 or 2 circulations. A very disorganized system so far, but it will get its act together. Here's somewhat of a boundary here, and another one. Here's the main one out here. That's going to this one here is really going to be the interactor that's going to bring Andrea up the east coast. It'll also be this system, depending on where it is in relation to Andrea. It will determine how much rain that the mid-Atlantic and Pennsylvania up through here is going to get. If I were to be a betting man right now, I would say that subsidence issue with little or not a lot of rain, but maybe in the inch, half inch to inch in this area here, maybe toward just west of Philadelphia, and then when you get into New Jersey, maybe it was a little bit more heavier rain. So let's take a look. We're going to take a look at 2 models right now. This is the GFS. We'll let the GFS go back to its starting point position as it goes out to 384 hours. But I'm going to take Andrea from this position here up the east coast, and you can see most of the heaviest moisture does stay offshore, and the idea of a cold front coming in and subsidence setting up kind of does happen, and let's have to wait and see. Right now, I would say the best chances of heavier rain is probably south and east of Philadelphia, toward the Jersey Shore and the Delaware beaches. If you're going down that way, say Friday morning through about Saturday, about 10 o'clock, get ready for some heavy rain, maybe a couple thunderstorms, winds maybe 20 to 30 miles per hour. It's not going to be a major event, but could cause some minor tidal flooding. It's more or less a nor'easter type of system. And further inland, if you believe this GFS run, it's you kind of caught the subsidence as the cold front and the sinking air between the cold front and what's left of Andrea pull away. So But we'll see how that goes out. Probably get a better idea of what that is going to be like in terms of where the subsidence sets up in eastern Pennsylvania. Subsidence meaning sinking air and little to no rain, as opposed to 3 to 4 inches. So it's a big deal. This is the Canadian model. The Canadian model here is the system. The system is coming up along the East Coast, and yeah, you can see 998, 997 millibar storm passing off the Jersey Shore. But again, even the Canadian here is trying to show that there's a little bit of hole in the precipitation. We'll let this come up again, and you'll see what we're talking about. And this also goes out for about hours. Here we go. This is right now, this evening. Got some showers and thunderstorms moving to the west, and a little high pressure holding on will pull away. One low pressure here moving up into Canada, and here comes Andrea up and scraping along the coast. But you can notice the rain shield really never gets on the other side of Delaware River. So we'll see what's going on. In the meantime, let's go back to our computer model track. Computer model track is up along the East Coast. I kind of favor this track here, not that far off, but somewhere between 100 and 150 miles offshore. And I'm also favoring at this time the flooding rains to stay east of I-95 if there are going to be any flooding rains. Generally speaking, I'm looking at a 35 hundredths of an inch to 3/4 of an inch in the Philadelphia area, and we'll have to fine-tune that tomorrow to see exactly what happens down here at Andrea, and see how quickly this cold front's moving east. This cold front that's coming in from the west will play a very, very important role as to just how far west the remnants of Andrea can get before it's whisked out to sea. This is Wild Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com, and hoping you all have a great night.